It's Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday. What? It's Friday then. Saturday, Sunday. What? Yeah, it's okay.
What's up? This is Jeff. Welcome to Jeff's podcast, and today we're going to kick things off for the show. In the previous episode of the show about the second topic, which is IndyCar and NASCAR, I'm a racing addict because I watched some of the highlights around motorsports, ranging from stock cars such as NASCAR, open cockpit racing such as Formula One and IndyCar, and even endurance racing such as the World Endurance Championship and the American Le Mans Series. Super GT is also one of my favorites in the GT series, as well as GT3 competitions, plus circuits such as the Daytona International Speedway, Laguna Seca, Le Mans, and even Nürburgring, which is the longest racetrack in the world. I might go into visit real life racetracks from around the world someday once the pandemic ends. I've been playing racing games such as Need for Speed, NASCAR, Gran Turismo, and Forza. Racing is one of my favorite video game genres. Depends on the gameplay, car detail, and realistic pit stops as seen in real life racing events. Let's get started with the show, and I would like to shout out to the founder of Anison Facebook himself, Mr. Michael Chua II, aka Kaicho, and the entire crew, including John Robert Lim, Jean Neto Harned, John Michael James, and Neville Edelan. Check out Anizone on facebook.com/anizone.ec or join the group chat at facebook.com/groups/anizonefb. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most popular anime series of the 2000s. They're cute, they're cuddly, and they perform themselves on Making the Band. We're going to talk about Kakifly's K-On! K-On! Centers on the first-year high school student, Yui Hirasawa, who enrolled at the Sakuragaoka High School, and she discovered herself to join the Light Music Club after several members of the Light Music Club are graduated, so the school has decided to disband. In order to save the club, Yui hasn't experienced playing musical instruments or reading sheet music. Instead, she decided to buy the guitar, which is the Gibson Les Paul standard electronic guitar, to become an excellent guitar player. Les Paul Standard is one of the most iconic guitars built by Gibson Guitars in the US. Better check out at Crescendo Music Shop, which is the Philippine distributor of Gibson guitars, or authorized music shops if you're in other countries. Back to the topic, and she'll join along with bassist, songwriter, and split vocalist yet shy girl Mio Akiyama, self-proclaimed president of the club, ambiguous yet upbeat personality, and drummer of the group Ritsu Tainaka, and wealthy Kansai girl yet gentle in personality, and keyboardist of the group Tsumugi Kotobuki. As four girls are formed the Light Music Club, where they spend practice their songs, performing together on stage, and hanging out. In the middle of the episodes, Sawako Yamanaka becomes the homeroom teacher of the club, but the girls realize that she's actually a former member of the club, and Asusa Nakano, a self-proclaimed novice guitarist who has been playing the guitar, and she is kind of a tsundere as she often does not try to admit her true feelings. She is now becoming the fifth member of the band. As the manga and anime comes to a close, Yui, Mio, Ritsu, and Tsumugi are graduated from school and enrolled into a university, along with Akira Wada, Ayami Yoshida, and Sachi Hayashi, while Asusa continues to run the Light Music Club together with Yui's sister Uri Hirasawa, their classmates Jun Suzuki, and new members Sumire Saito and Nao Okuda. In the spin-off manga K-On! Shuffle, the spin-off features a new set of characters centers on aspiring drummer Yukari Sakuma after she is watching the Light Music Club, and childhood friend and bassist Kaide Shimizu as they form their own club until she met a former member of the basketball club and guitarist Maho Sawabe, where they discovered the Light Music Appreciation Society formed by Riko Sato after their members had graduated or left. K-On! Began as a four-panel comic strip written and illustrated by Kakefly. and serialized in Hobonsas Manga Time Kerara magazine from April 2007 to June 2012, releases 6 book volumes, and a spin-off launched in July 2018. It also adapted into an animated series that runs for 3 seasons, including the 13th-episode first season from April to June 2009, and the 26th-episode second season from April to September 2010, as well as OVAs, mini shorts, and an animated film that released in December 2011. The show is produced by Kyoto Animation, which is one of the most successful anime studios in Japan, together with anime director Naoko Yamada and anime writer Reiko Yoshida. I've been watching the anime after graduating from my college days, so I decided to check it out for the show, and it really is getting more for the show. The characters are cuddly, and they listen together for the band. The show receives reception including the Oricon ranking charts, while the opening theme song Kagayake Girls, selling 62,000 copies placed fourth, and the ending theme song Dolce Lazy, selling 67,000 copies placed second in the Oricon music charts for a total of 129,000 copies for the first season. In the second season, the first half of the animated series, including the opening theme song Gogo Maniac and ending theme song Listen, are placed 1-2, selling 159,000 copies, including the opening theme song selling 83,000 copies, and the ending theme song selling 76,000 copies, while they became the first anime image song to ever top the singles charts and became the first female vocalist to occupy the top 2 spots on the singles charts in 26 years since Seiko Matsuda did in 1983. In the second half of the anime, the opening theme song Utao Yo Miracle and ending theme song No Thank You are placed second and third, selling a total of 172,000 copies, including the opening theme song selling 85,000 copies and the ending theme song selling 87,000 copies. Both songs are beaten by SMAP's This Is Love, and both the opening and ending theme songs of 2 anime seasons are certified by the Recording Industry Association of Japan, or RIAJ, including a certified platinum for the first season, selling 250,000 copies, and certified gold for the second season, which sells 100,000 copies. Even in the home video rankings, the anime sold 33,000 copies for the first volume of the first season on Blu-ray, and surpasses Soichi Kawamori's Mako's Frontier in the top-selling anime, but the top goes to Studio Khara's Evangelion 1.0, You Are Not Alone animated film with 49,000 copies. In the manga series has sold over 328,000 copies because of the storyline as seen in the anime. Even on cosplay, the show gets popular, including the promotion of Animax Asia's animated series as seen in Philippines and Singapore. In the Philippines, Alodia Gosenfiao, Ashley Gosenfiao, Janina Chan, and Gina Filomeno are cosplaying the members of the group, and real-life members are performing, including the cast such as Aki Toyosaki, Yoko Hikasa, Satomi Sato, Minako Kotobuki, and Ayana Taketatsu. They met each other as seen in the Anime Summer Live 2019 event, and this will mark the reunion of the group for the first time after a 10-year absence. K-On! Is a moe yet musical anime. It is full of laughs, full of surprises, and what's in store for the entire members of the Hokuto Tea Time as they're going ups and downs around the situation for the girls. Now it's time to pass the baton for the next generation members of the Light Music Club. They dominated the charts and they dominated the music stage. This is called one of the biggest anime shows for the spring 2009 season because of the cute storyline and cute scenes. It's been a decade of more and more cute feels, cuddly characters, and rocking out live performances as these girls are going to perform on the stage. If you have comments or suggestions, let us know in the comments. Follow Jeff11 Manchester on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/skapaboy and send an email to jeff11nfs@gmail.com for PayPal or GCash if you're in the Philippines and other countries. But that's about it for Jeff's podcast. This is Jeff. We'll see you in the next podcast.